It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Orlando. It's the Oilers and the Orbits on Sunday night primetime.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, one game to decide who represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's our visitors and our home team. The stadium is packed. Standing room only a chance for their hometown team to get to the Super Bowl. Great to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen, and the most important thing in the building, the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It is up for grabs for the AFC Championship. Two evenly matched teams. Greg, what are you looking for in this one?
You know, I think the team that understands how to use this energy, as you said, it is electric in this building, especially for the home team. You know that you are one win away from the ultimate goal, which is to play and have a chance for the Super Bowl trophy. Who can harness that energy early the best? There's going to be some pregame jitters. There's going to be some excitement on the sideline and in that huddle. Can you settle down early and just treat it like any other game? I think the team that gets into their rhythm the quickest, Mike, is going to be the one that has the best chance to find themselves holding that Lamar Hunt Trophy at the end.
For the right to represent the AFC in this year's Super Bowl. Off we go on EA Sports. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
We talked to him earlier in the week, Mike, and he tried to downplay this as just another game, but I think after seeing him on...
So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Valdez-Scantling on the move. And now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. Still going. And he will go all the way. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Houston. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Oilers have struck first in the AFC Championship game. They're out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. And they're led by the #1 overall pick in 2021. National champion at LSU, it's Joe Burrow.
Mike, when you're grinding away in the midst of training camp, these are the moments that you fantasize about. However, it's no longer a fantasy for either of these two teams. It's their reality, and it's up to them to seize the opportunity in front of them. But for that to happen, you're going to need a big game out of their quarterback. And if he plays the way he's capable of, they could be just a few hours away from heading to the Super Bowl.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Working his way for a short pickup to the 48. 2nd down and 8. Once again, it's Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Off the RPO, this one to McLaurin.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
If you're gonna take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Burrow now. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This from an even 50 yards out. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Orbits are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Oilers offense ready now for their 2nd drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Singletary. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got the connection. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll try the zone read on first and 10. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. But this is taken in by a teammate. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Now he takes off. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Oilers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Orbits offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now, Burrow. To the right side. Catch made by McLaurin. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man downfield. It's Franklin. His first catch here in this AFC title game, and it's a first down.
Nice first down pick up there by Troy Franklin. And Mike, if there's one thing he is not going to have to learn or make a real big adjustment in the NFL is from time and time again, they're just going to tell him, go deep, run fast, and we're going to throw it as far as we can because there might not be a more explosive receiver in this rookie class than Franklin. 14 touchdowns last year. That was tied for 3rd in the FBS. This guy is a home run hitter, and they're going to try to give him as many opportunities downfield all season long.
On the handoff, this is Cook. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the first down. That'll be a first down. A gain of 10. On 1st and 10, Burrow. A hit, and he has lost the football. The defense has got it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's a handoff to Cook. He'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll try and get there on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Orbits cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Oilers offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
So after the 5 yards walked off, it is 3rd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. "25 yards, the pickup there. 1st down for Houston.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So a quarter in the books in the AFC Championship. 14-6 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Singletary now on 1st and 10. Whoa! 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
A chance here for this back to really show his speed. He saw the room on the perimeter, and he was able to get around the edge. Thought he was going to get right to the pylon. Comes up just short. Down.
And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Devin Singletary. Touchdown, Houston. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Oilers extend it to a 21-6 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The Orbits offense and running back James Cook making their way out. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's Burrow. To the tight end, Likely. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. On the carry, it's Cook. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Burrow. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big.
And he's in! Terry McLaurin, touchdown Orbits.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Orbits are back within 1 score. It is an 8-point game. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Oilers offense running back Devin Singletary back on the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll give it to Singletary to begin this drive. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run once more with Singletary. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Singletary. Good work on the ground. He's got it. 1st down. Up at about the 42.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll go back to Singletary on 1st down. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Singletary. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take him down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On fourth down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hekker, on to punt. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Orbits offense and Terry McLaurin heading out onto the field. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Back to throw, Burrow. He's going to tuck it and go. And will mark him down up beyond the 30.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Here's Cook. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. A troubling development here in this AFC title game. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
And it's 4th down, so here comes Riley Dixon to punt. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the give, it's Singletary. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
That's complete to Valdez-Scantling. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. Now Singletary. Whoa. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
First and 10. Back to throw. Shaheed with the catch. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10. They go from the 11. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Oilers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. To throw is Burrow. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. A 1st down throw for Burrow. Now this offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this 1st half. He finds Likely, his tight end. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To throw is Burrow. He fumbled the football. The defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Woo. Now this offense going to use the 1st of their timeouts, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by the running back, Singletary. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Over the top, he's got it. Dallas Goedert, touchdown, Houston.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Now Pinheiro to add on the extra point. It's up and good. And the Oilers add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On first down, Burrow. He'll drop this underneath to Cook. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Burrow here on second down. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense, and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And it has been a rough night at the office. We go through the highlights. They are really lowlights. Relentless pressure. Receivers unable to get open. They cannot connect in the passing game. It has been a night to forget for the quarterback. Burrow now to throw on first down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's caught right side. It's Franklin. 18 yards on the pickup there, and that will be a first down. On first and 10, it's Cook. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And now it's going to be third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Going for it all. Inside the 20. And he will score. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Orbits. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. That is caught, and they get the two-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll come up here first and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Singletary. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. A pickup of 12 yards. First down for Houston.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Valdez-Scantling on the move. That's caught downfield by Robinson. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll run it, and he will score again. Touchdown, Oilers. And make that 3 rushing touchdowns. You think a quarterback gets a 3-touchdown day, it's pretty good. But 3 on the ground? That, Greg, is excellent.
It's just so hard, Mike, for a defense to account for a quarterback that can do this amount of damage with his legs. And there's a fine line, but I'll tell you what, when they unleash him as a runner, he's about as good as it gets.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Oilers will extend this third-quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And Look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Play action now. It's Burrow. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Now he'll air one out. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down. He'll try the right side with Johnson. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Third down and 9. Now, Burrow. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
A carry for Cook. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet inbounds. A run with Cook. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Here's Burrow. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
If you're going to give your guy a chance for a jump ball in the end zone, you better make sure you put that ball in the right spot. That seemed to me like the defender had a better chance at it than the receiver did.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Orbits cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run. It's Singletary. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now they'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force fourth down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back, and he's going to be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. A tight end in motion now. 1 quarter remains here in the AFC Championship game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Devin Singletary. Touchdown, Houston. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Oilers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. On 1st and 10, Burrow. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Burrow. To the tight end, Likely. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To throw is Burrow. Working across the field, there's McLaurin. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. 2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. They'll run with Johnson. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Roschon Johnson. Touchdown orbits. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back. The Oilers sending out their punt team. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Burrow. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A 1st down throw for Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Burrow. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. James Cook, the intended target. 3rd down coming up. Burrow. He'll try and get there, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. It is picked up by the defense. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball, and the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The Oilers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll give it to Singletary to begin this drive. A short pickup to the 38. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run once more with Singletary. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
That's Washington, the man in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They'll run the toss play with Singletary. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here's a third down and 4. On third down, here's Singletary. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. They only need a yard, and it's fourth down. They'll run for it. It's Singletary. It's a pickup of 14, and the decision to go for it pays off.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
They'll run here with Singletary. Down to the 4, it'll be second and goal. They'll go with him again. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. A half yard, that's all they need on this third and goal. Valdez-Scantling on the move. He'll try and run, and it's Singletary. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And make it a hat trick. That is his third rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Oilers tack on one more to their lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Orbits offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Burrow now. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. The Orbit's about to send this one into orbit, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Down to a knee here. And cue the celebrations. They are on their way to the Super Bowl. So it's a win for our visitors, as they will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy. They are off to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks as champions of the AFC. So that'll do it for Greg Olsen, our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. We'll see you in 2 weeks in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. Till then, good night, everyone.